Hello, I'm Mason, the founder of Zimma. In recent years, AI scribe tools have significantly reduced the time doctors spend on documentation. However, we believe there's still a major issue that hasn't been solved: the communication between doctor and patient, especially when they don't share a common language and are speaking two different ones. That's why we developed Zimma. Zimmer isn't just an AI scribe, it's a platform. Beyond automatically generating medical documentation, this platform also provides real time translation of the conversation between doctor and patient, so both can speak in their native language. I'll start by giving an explanation of the platform. Next, we have a visit and consultation demo where the doctor speaks in English and the patient, acting as an immigrant, speaks in Persian, and Zimmer translates the conversation in real time and then analyses it. This is the main page and dashboard of our platform. Zimmer supports three types of consultation. In-person means face-to-face consultations. Online call refers to consultations that take place online via Zoom or Google Meet. And file upload is for cases where the consultation has already taken place, the doctor has prepared an audio file, and they upload that audio file here. In the next section, we see the list of consultations, which shows the type of consultation, whether it was in person or an upload, as well as the duration and the status of the consultation. One of the important parts of the system is the template section, where we have a set of predefined templates. In fact, these are predefined output standards. The purpose of these templates is to define for our system how the entire visit should be summarized once the consultation is complete, and in what format it should be prepared for the doctor. We've prepared a number of commonly used templates here. In addition to that, we've also included a feature where templates customized by the doctor themselves can be defined, so the system learns from them and prepares the output for the doctor. The next important section is settings. Here is the doctor's name, their first and last name, which is used for referral letters and other parts of the system. This is the language for the entire system UI, which can be set to English, German, or Dutch. I'll set it to English for my own convenience. The language we use to transcribe conversations is also set here. If the doctor's an English speaker, or if it's being used in the UK, they set it to English. If it's for the Netherlands, they can set it to Dutch, and the same applies to other languages. The language the doctor speaks is also selected here. This part is really important for the translation that's supposed to happen in real time. The next important section is the amount of time after the consultation that the system completely wipes that consultation, which ranges from 1 hour to 1 week. This means the doctor can ultimately choose to have the consultation details remain in our system for up to a week. Of course, once the consultation finishes, we delete all audio files and the original transcript of the file immediately. The output Zimmer has obtained from the consultation can be selected here to determine how long it stays in platform before being deleted. And if, for example, 1 hour is selected, then after 1 hour, everything regarding the patient that is inside our system, meaning just that summary report, is automatically deleted. The next topic is medical codes. After Zimmer has performed the analysis, AI system extracts a series of medical codes from the conversation between the doctor and the patient. This is for the doctor's convenience, where we can choose which coding system to use. Of course, other coding systems will also be added to the current list in the future. Right, let's go back and try to start a consultation. This is the patient's name section, which I'll fill in with a hypothetical name for now. It's completely optional for use throughout the system. we use this information for writing reports or the summary we want to send to the patient. It's completely optional and can be left blank. If the patient and the doctor speak the same language, meaning they both speak Dutch, or both speak German, or both speak English, this option should be switched off. There's no need for this option to be switched on. It should be left off. However, if the patient doesn't speak the same language as the doctor, or if it's not their mother tongue, or if they'd prefer to speak in their native language to better explain their medical history, we recommend switching this option on. In this section, you can then select the patient's language, their mother tongue, and the language they feel most comfortable speaking. Now, since our patient is a Persian speaker, we'll select Persian. Then, once we click on Start Consultation, the consultation will begin. I've paused the recording of this consultation for now, so I can explain this screen before we get started. Here, we have a timer that shows how much time has elapsed since the consultation started. This is where the microphone is selected. We have two buttons. When the consultation's finished and we want to move to the analysis phase, we can click Finish, and if for any reason we need to cancel the consultation, we can click Cancel and exit the consultation. This section will display all the conversations live. Here is an experimental section. This is AI Copilot section. While the consultation is taking place, AI system will come in and provide the doctor with a series of suggested questions, give them insights into things the doctor might want to check, and also notify the doctor of any information it thinks might be useful for them to know. In fact, insights from AI Copilot updates periodically throughout the consultation process in real time. If it doesn't update, the doctor can refresh this section by clicking the refresh button. Right, now I'd like to start the consultation. Hello and welcome to our clinic. What brings you in today?
سلام و خوش آمدید به کلینیک ما. امروز چه چیزی شما رو به اینجا آورده؟
سلام دکتر. حدود یه هفته هستش که سردرد خیلی شدیدی دارم. قبلا داشتم ولی خب این هفته بیشتر شده. برای همین اومدم.
Hello, doctor. For about a week now I've been having mild headaches. I've had them before, but they've increased this week. That's why I've come.
So, could you tell me where the pain is? And what exactly does it feel like for you?
خب، درد کجاست و چه حسی دارد؟
بیشتر قسمت سمت راست سرمه و همچنین پشت چشمم یه حالت ضربان طور داره.
It's mostly on the right side of my head and also behind my eye. It feels like a throbbing sensation.
Okay, I see. How severe is it from 0 to 10?
باشه. از 0 تا 10 شدت آن چقدر است؟
حدود 8 از 10.
About 8 out of 10.
And do you have nausea or sensitivity to light or sound?
و آیا حالت تهوع یا حساسیت به نور یا صدا دارید؟
بله، وقتی که سردردم خیلی شدید میشه حالت تهوع دارم یا خیلی نور و صدا اذیتم میکنه.
Yes, when my headache gets really bad, I feel nauseous or I'm very sensitive to light and sound.
And do you have any weakness, numbness, difficulty speaking, vision problems or fever?
و آیا ضعف، بی‌حسی، مشکل در صحبت کردن، مشکلات بینایی یا تب دارید؟
نه هیچ کدومشون رو ندارم.
No, I don't have any of those.
Could you tell me, do you happen to see any flashing lights or perhaps other visual symptoms before the onset of the headache?
آیا قبل از سردرد نورهای چشمک زن یا علائم بینایی دیگری می‌بینید؟
نه اصلا نه.
No, not at all.
How often does this happen?
هر چند وقت یک بار این اتفاق می افتد.
معمولا وقتی که خیلی استرس دارم یا وقتی که خوابم خیلی کمه.
Usually when I'm very stressed or when I have very little sleep.
Okay, what do you take for it?
خب، برای آن چی چیزی مصرف می کنید؟
معمولا ایبوپروفن 400 میلی گرم استفاده میکنم. خیلی بهم کمک میکنه.
I usually use 400 milligrams of ibuprofen. It helps me a lot.
Okay, based on your symptoms, this is consistent with migraine. I'll perform a neurological examination and then we'll discuss the treatment.
باشه، بر اساس علائم شما این با میگرن مطابقت دارد. من یک معاینه عصبی انجام می دهم و سپس درباره درمانها صحبت خواهیم کرد.
Right, once this stage is finished, we click Finish Consultation and the Zimma starts to analyze and tag the speakers. So, Zimmer has now come in and converted this conversation into text, and it's even tagged the different sections, like the sentence the doctor said and the response the patient gave. Following this section, it has also generated a series of medical codes. For instance, using this standard and this ICD-10 WHO coding, it's extracted this code, which is for migraine. In this section, the doctor can select the standard they want the output to be based on. We're using the SOAP standard here, and once they click Generate, the output is produced for them. This is the output that the system has prepared for them. In fact, it was the SOAP standard. S stands for subjective, O for objective, A for assessment, and P for plan. As you can see, the entire medical history has been placed in the subjective section, the objective section as well, along with the assessment the doctor actually arrived at and the plan they've devised for them. Right, this section's editable. It can be edited. For example, the doctor can edit a part of this. As you can see, they can add text to it or remove text from it. And once it's been edited, they can easily copy this section using this option and go and paste it into the medical record, or indeed any of the other sections. Zimma also has a section for the patient summary, where the system prepares a summary to be sent to the doctor. It includes the patient's name here, as well as the history they've explained to the doctor, and the recommendation for the next step that the doctor has actually set for them. Right, the doctor comes along and reads this summary. They can even edit it themselves here, or ask the system to edit it for them. For example, I want to tell it here to write this a bit more concisely. It's now made the text a bit shorter. Once the doctor has read it, and if they're happy with it, they can press this button to have it translated into the patient's own language. As you can see, this summary's been translated into the patient's own language. Here, the doctor can come in and enter the patient's email address and email this to them. I've got a test address here that I'll send it to. And once I send it, it will show in the title here what day and time this summary was sent to the patient. If we check the patient's email here, we can see that they've received an email which includes the medical history and their specific prescription written in the patient's own language, as well as the original version that the doctor read and approved. This was the patient summary section, and this part explains what time it started and what time it finished. And of course, if the doctor wants to generate this summary using other standards and templates, if I click on it, you'll see that a new summary, in fact with a new template and format, this consultation will be placed into that format, but it will still show us the previous output as well. And if we go back to all consultations, we can see this section and delete the entire consultation from here, or it will be automatically deleted after the time we've set here, which is 1 hour. This was a summary of the work we've done so far. Of course, after, we believe that the patient experience is also a crucial part of a successful visit. That's why Zimma is trying to ensure that the patient's experience of the consultation doesn't just end when the consultation finishes, and that this experience can continue. We are working on improving the patient's experience of doctor visits with the help of AI. This is just the beginning of the journey we started. In the future, we'll be releasing improved versions of this system and adding more intelligent features to Zimma, so that the visit experience, before, during, and after the appointment, is simpler, more accurate, and more effective for both doctors and patients. Thank you very much for your attention.